Adam's Kempo, you're wrong, mate. I'm sorry, but you're... What's that? Adam's Kempo. Sorry, Sensei Seth, mate. I'm sorry, but you're wrong. You're completely wrong about talking about the styles of, like, MMA, its own style and stuff like that. And then again, as I've been making this video, I've been thinking, maybe could it be right? Or could it be still wrong? What's going on, fight fans? My name is Will Butler, and I just very quickly want to say I do apologise if you can hear any background noise. It is really badly raining outside. I didn't realise how much it would affect me in my new little studio place where I am. But I'm very excited because I have got a new little studio place, got a lovely little background where I can start doing my videos. I've got some training videos coming up for you, loads of stuff. Obviously my YouTube channel is very small and very quiet, but it's going to get a lot more busier now. I've actually got somewhere I can make my videos. I'm going to start pumping them back out at you. Very quickly, if you ain't subscribed, do so, and also in the comments let me know if you think MMA is its own style of martial art or not. This video is kind of a response video to Sensei Seth, who I've got nothing against at all. I love his videos, I love his content. Obviously, you lot probably know who he is, but I will put a link in the description below saying what video I'm on about, so you can go check that video out and go check out his channel. But he's basically talking about, is MMA a style of martial arts? Now, in the very beginning when MMA first started, it was different styles of martial arts competing, obviously in the octagon, the cage, to see which one was the best one. So you could clearly see what style of people was fighting. And as the UFCs went on and on, the styles started mixing. They started realising you need takedowns as well as being able to stand up and strike. And obviously, as it goes on, it goes on. But what my point is, I feel like the more MMA is going on, the more it has become its own sort of style of martial arts. Because although it's taking little bits from other styles, that's exactly the point. It is little pieces from other styles. Some pieces a lot more than others. But for example, like in boxing, although you could do nearly every single move in boxing you can do in MMA, the way boxers are, the way boxers move, you don't often see that in MMA, because in MMA they've got to worry about the takedown, they've got to worry about kicks. So that is why, like what you found out with Conor McGregor fighting Floyd Mayweather, an MMA fighter is never going to be as good as a pure boxer under boxing rules. And because of MMA rules, that's almost how it is made its own sort of style, in a sport-related fashion. But don't forget, you can train MMA and never use it as a sport. Use it as a martial art, as a self-defense thing. I mean, for example, if you've seen two people fight in the street, like in a street fight, and someone throws a perfect jab cross, ducks in for a double leg takedown, slams on the ground, gets him to mount, starts doing ground and pound, you're probably going to look at him and think, that geezer might do MMA. I mean, really, in a weird sort of way, almost like street fighters have their own sort of weird style. I mean, you often see people out in the street fighting, you can always tell the person who hasn't had any training, the lean back style, I like to call it. One of the parts I was also talking about in the video they made was learning and teaching. And obviously, like I said, when it first started, you would get people learning, say, Thai boxing, and then learning jiu-jitsu, and then they'd be competing in MMA. But there is so many bits still missing, like, exactly like I said, the striking into the grappling, and then the grappling into the takedown, and then the jiu-jitsu, including striking, including the ground and pound, the takedown up against the cage. So because of the setting it's in and the rule set, it has almost kind of made its own sort of style. I recently was listening to a bare knuckle boxer talking, and he said fighting in bare knuckle boxing and fighting in boxing is so much more different. And obviously you've got the obvious different angle gloves on, but he said it's just the style is what you can get away with more. So there's always that to consider as well. Like the rule set, the differences makes the style of what you're doing. Now, can a gym call itself an MMA gym if they're training in two different martial arts? Well, I suppose technically they could, because they're teaching two different martial arts. It could be called mixed martial arts because they're mixing two together. But if you've got two really bad martial arts, like I don't want to diss any martial arts, but say Aikido. Yeah, say Aikido, for example. Like, I don't want to diss any other martial arts, but say you've got Aikido and say, I don't know, another martial art. Just say Jiu-Jitsu, because I can't think of any other martial arts off the top of my head, but Jiu-Jitsu are only training the gi. So, say I trained in Aikido, in the gi, doing the Aikido moves and trained just within Jiu-Jitsu, and that was it. And then I went and stepped into a cage fight, and I was up against a good striker, I'd probably get my ass kicked. And then, so that's what I mean. You do have to be careful. There are definitely different martial arts out there what you can train in, what are better for MMA, like the best martial arts. For example, like Thai boxing, boxing, wrestling, any sort of supposed kickboxing, and then Jiu-Jitsu. If you're training in them, that is the best for MMA. Obviously there are little bits from other martial arts what are used for MMA, definitely, but they seem to be the main basis. But MMA technically is kind of a watered down version of all of them, because like I said before, when you training in them specific areas, you're not using all what they use. Like again, going back to Jiu-Jitsu. If you're training in Jiu-Jitsu, you're wearing a gi all the time, and like you're doing a lot sort of grabbing on with a gi. You don't use that in MMA, so you're wasting your time training in that. You need to find an MMA gym what has a coach what looks over it all maybe, and then you could have a striking coach and a groundwork coach, but they know it's specific for MMA, so they're teaching you things what would work in MMA. That's how it's become, what, in my opinion, in a way, its own sort of style. I mean, in MMA, you're always going to get two fighters what may have completely different sort of styles, but you also get that in boxing. Take, for example, Muhammad Ali and Mike Tyson, two of the greatest fighters ever, but two completely different styles, but yet the same sport. So the same style of fighting. So that's going to be the end of my video now anyway. So I think I'm right, I think you're wrong. No, I'm joking. No, but honestly, I think MMA has definitely become its own sort of style, and the more it progresses, I think the more and more they're going to leave certain bits of other martial arts that ain't working and take the bits of martial arts that do work for MMA because of the setting in the environment. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. Give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch up with you soon.